Good evening, folks. I have an event that I've been baking for the last couple of days and have a couple dozen cookies to decorate. So I thought I would give this whole ghost story thing a trial run. And I've been debating all day what story to tell you guys. Like I told you, this all began with me when I was only 8 years old. So, you know, um, But I remember when I was 18, I was living in my first home away from home, and it was in a little village in Pickaway County um, called Whistler. And the house I was living in was literally 200 years old. Um, it was the first house actually built in that village and was originally a log cabin, supposedly. But anyway, and side note, actually, for those of you who listen to classic country music and know who David Allan Coe is, he actually grew up in that house. If you look him up on Wikipedia or Google, whatever, you'll see he was from Pickaway County, Ohio. But at any rate, the house was very old. And when I was 18 and living there, it was about daylight one morning, and I was asleep, and my bed sat in the corner of the room. I always slept on my side facing the wall. So I'm laying there, and I hear this hissing sound behind me, like a snake hissing. And so I turn over to see what this hissing was. And lo and behold, there's an apparition standing there with a forked tongue hissing at me like a snake. And this entity was just this really ghastly looking old man. I mean, he looked like he could have been 150 years old. And like I said, he had a forked tongue and was standing there by my bed, apparently trying to scare me. But, like I said, all this kind of stuff began with me when I was only 8 years old. So at the time, I had 10 years behind me of dealing with that kind of crap. So I knew to command it to leave in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. And it did, that always worked. Didn't mean they might not come back the next night or next week, whatever, whenever they felt like it, basically. But if you happen to be among the unfortunate few that have to deal with that, that will work for you, regardless of what you may or may not believe. Um, it'll work. Um, but to maybe go on to something a little more intense than that, this was about 15, 16 years ago. And at the time, my husband, he got up at like 3 in the morning to go to work. And so I would always get him off to work and go back to bed with a book. And 30 to 40 minutes later, I'd be asleep. Well, we had a beautiful animal. We called her Kea. She was an Arctic wolf, snow white, big brown eyes. Just an amazing animal. I miss her dearly. She varied from being in the house and outside. She had a very nice enclosure out back. And then in our bedroom, we had a bed for her. And so I had went back to bed this particular morning. It's something I did every morning, and was laying there in bed reading a book. And I was pretty sure Akea, our wolf, was sleeping in her bed on, the far wall from me. And this was only maybe 10 minutes after I had laid down with my book. And I'm sitting there reading, and I hear in the attic above me like somebody walking or something. I hear these noises. And, shouldn't have been anybody in the attic. So, and Akea heard it too because I could hear her pacing back and forth at the end of the bed. I could hear her collar rattling, and she was kind of growling a little bit. So I thought, well, what in the world? And, well, the noise went away. But what was freaky, when I got up a couple hours later, I realized my wolf hadn't even been in the bedroom with me the whole time because she was outside, out back in her dog box. So that, started some wheels rolling in my head. So, I don't know, maybe a month goes by, same exact ordeal. I got my husband off to work and took my book to bed, and I had fallen asleep reading this book, and I wake up to somebody pushing me on my chest. I mean, the mattress was even moving. They were pushing me so hard. And for those of you who are skeptics, um, you know, believe me or not, I know what I saw. I know what I've dealt with. This has gone on for the past 40 years in my life. Like I said, it started when I was 8 years old. I'm 48, so as I said, I've dealt with this dozens of times over the past 40 years. But as I was saying, I'm in bed. I'd fallen asleep reading, and I feel something pushing me on my chest down into the mattress. Like I said, even the mattress was moving. I wake up, of course, and guess what's standing beside my bed that had been pushing on me? I kid you not. A full-fledged skeleton was standing there by my bed when I sat up and, to see what was going on. And, for probably the 5,000th time in my life, I commanded it to leave in the Lord's name. And it did. And that was the only time I ever had, actually, that particular experience with a skeleton. But, well, there's your two stories for the night. This is about, then I'm over 7 minutes already, and I know what short attention span some people have. So drop me a line, let me know what you think about that. And definitely, if you have any stories to tell, please let me know about that too. So happy baking, happy eating, and thank you for watching.